I'm a girl who went through a lot with men.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't been molested. I didn't been abused. I was trafficked for 3 years.
You was trafficked for 3 years? You're only 21.
Yeah, I was trafficked from 11 to 14. It offered me personally, he had made $943,000.
He made $1 million off of you?
Yes, in a year. I got kidnapped out of Pensacola, Florida, and I had of course, her being a mother, she put out a bunch of missing persons reports.
Yeah.
But my mom had the feds on my case. But he was trafficked.
Wait, how did you get kidnapped? Like, break that down for me. How did that work? I be trying to figure out what was people doing when they weren't having sex and stuff like that. What was your life or your day like? Were you sitting around playing video games? Were you just sitting around, what were you doing?
We stayed in a lot of hotel rooms. I'm not even doing this interview necessarily for the money, though. People always tell me I should share my story. I have been through so much, and I'm only 21 years old. And
you have been through a lot.
I still stand.
What's up, YouTube? So, guys, we got merch. Make sure you go to AtlantaStreetInterviews.com and grab one of the newest drops. The merch is popping, so make sure you go get it now. AtlantaStreetInterviews.com. If you love the channel, or if you just like the message, Homeless Lives Matter, we all have a story. Or I love Atlanta Street Interviews. Go right now. AtlantaStreetInterviews.com. Get one for your auntie, your mama, your sister, your cousin, your brother, your nephew, your frenemy. Get one for everybody. AtlantaStreetInterviews.com. Go cop the merch. Now back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with another one. All the young ladies always have a similar reaction like that. All right, so how you doing today, miss?
I'm doing fine.
Okay. And so are you homeless or anything like that?
No.
Okay, so what you got going on? What you doing out here?
I hustle, I sell weed, I sell crack. And that's my hustle.
Okay. Do you also do sex work and stuff like that?
Not really.
But if it comes type deal?
Yeah, if it
I
happens,
get it.
It happens.
Okay, so
Life
it's not
is
the main thing, but you hustling always.
Yeah,
I got you.
Everything got to make $1. Everything got to make sense.
Okay, how old are you?
21.
21? You got a deep voice. Have you ever heard that?
Mm-hmm. I'm from Philly.
You from Philly? What are you doing out in New Orleans?
So my mom is from here. She grew up in the St. Bernard Project, but she was a travel nurse, so she always moved back and forth. And she got older and she got sick. And she moved down here to be closer to family.
Okay. And how old is your mom? How much older is your mom than you?
She had me at 26.
Okay, so not that old. So she's in her late 40s type deal.
Mm-hmm.
How long has she been sick or whatever?
She has sickle cell, so
Ooh,
she was born
sickle
with
cell. Okay,
that's a lifelong disease.
Yep. Okay, because a travel nurse makes really good money, right? So how did it go from, you kind of, okay, so let me ask a couple more questions. So you're 21, do you have any kids?
I have a 5-year-old.
5-year-old? Wow, 5, okay. You have a 5-year-old. Does the 5-year-old live with you or whatever, or live with someone else?
She lives with my mom, but I live with my mom too.
So. Okay, so all y'all kind of live there. I got you. And so have you ever been married? No, okay.
I was recently in a relationship though for 2 years. We were gonna get married, but he got killed a couple days ago.
A couple days ago?
Yeah, 6 days ago. My old man got killed. Rest in peace, Prelly. You'll always be mine.
Are you kidding me? This is so fresh. How do you feel?
I'm broken.
Okay, that's the energy that I'm getting from you. Almost like a numbness type deal.
Yeah, I don't think I could never love nobody like that again. I'm a girl who went through a lot with men.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't been molested. I didn't been abused. I was trafficked for 3 years.
You was trafficked for 3 years? You're only 21.
Yeah, I was trafficked from 11 to 14. And he knew all of that about me, and he protected me a lot. And he taught me how to take care of myself. He taught me how to be a woman in the street, not let nobody hurt me or harm me. And it hurts because, in the streets, I hate that people, kill each other because we don't have to go that far. I'm not a violent person, and he wasn't an angry person.
Right.
So it doesn't have to get that far.
How old was he?
37.
Okay, so he was 37. What was it that happened that caused him to lose his life?
Apparently he got into an argument, beat the boy up. I don't know what happened. I wasn't around, and it's crazy because if you know me and Prelly, we always together.
So it just so happened that was God's plan that time,
We just wasn't around each other, and it happened, and it's shocking. It's just so shocking.
How did you feel when you first heard about it?
I ain't believe it. I just was like, it's impossible. He was just here, and there you gone.
My condolences, my sincerest condolences about that. And like I say, it's still so fresh.
Yeah. When you wake up next to a person
every day and then you
go to
don't
sleep with that person, it's like I didn't even go to sleep that night because it's just a hell of a day. Like,
It's
you know,
surreal.
how do you
almost
wake up
like,
with somebody and not go to
is this
sleep
a
with
bad
them?
dream almost? Wow. Okay. Really, really, really sorry to hear about that. Okay, so traffic from 11 to 14. Who was trafficking you from 11 to 14?
I don't like to say his name.
Yeah, you don't have to
but
say exact
it was
names
a,
or nothing.
Trafficker.
Who was
from
he to you?
Memphis.
Is the okay? How did
I
you
was
get?
kidnapped. So my mom had a travel assignment in Pensacola, Florida, and I got kidnapped out of Pensacola, Florida. And I had like, you know, of course, her being a mother, she put out a bunch of missing persons reports.
Yeah.
But my mom had the feds on my case. But you know, he was trafficking.
Wait, how did you get
states.
kidnapped? Like, break that down for me. How did that work?
So I walked home from the bus every day.
Uh-huh.
And that was pretty much that. Like, I'm walking home from the bus.
And he just knew your route and picked you up.
Me.
What?
And then the crazy part was me and my sister was the only two that get off the bus. But that day that I got kidnapped, my sister was home sick. So
God's plan again. Wow. That's wild.
Yeah,
What was that like for you? So first of all, were you a virgin at that point?
Of course. I
And
was
so,
a child.
right, 11, but I've heard some crazy stories out here. Like the lady I just talked to was doing stuff at 10. Like the lady I was just talking to right there, she was doing stuff at 10 years old. But okay, so what was that like for you? Like, in other words,
It was controlled because it was a high-class trafficker because he specialized in trafficking children.
right? So
So-
it was probably they paid a lot of money for that.
Well, when I went to court, they said off of me personally, he had made $943,000.
He made $1 million off of you.
Yes, in a year. So that's not
How
including the whole 3 years.
How often would you be like having to do the sexual acts or whatever?
Daily, all day, sometimes.
And when you weren't doing that, what was you doing? Like, I be trying to figure out what was people doing when like they weren't having sex and stuff like that. What was like your life or your day like? Like, were you sitting around playing video games? Were you just sitting around, like, what were you doing?
We stayed in a lot of hotel rooms, and
Uh-huh.
by us being children, he might have 2 or 3 girls in one hotel room and a security guard outside the door. So it just genuinely was like doing what we could do in a hotel room, watching TV, to be honest.
Wow, so almost like it became like regular and normal. Because 3 years is a long time.
He always would unhook the phone and take the phone out the room. So we had no way to call anybody or, you know, try to report anything. We couldn't order room service if we wanted to, you know, because we stayed in some nice hotels, but the way he would set things up, like he would bring us through parking garages to the rooms or like the stairwell to the rooms.
How did it eventually end at 14? Like, how did you get out of that situation?
My mother is a prayer warrior, and she prayed, and she went to like a voodoo priestess. She probably could tell you a little bit better than me about that, but she spoke to a voodoo priestess, and she had just prayed for me to come home because at this point, like, the feds was on my case, you know, the police in multiple different cities were in my case. So by the grace of God, he comes down here to New Orleans. He gets sick. The day he gets sick, his security guards, his drivers aren't around. I was the oldest girl in the room, in the hotel room with him. He sends me to go to CVS right there on Canal to go to CVS, get him cough medicine. When I went there, I met this girl named Banky, and me and her are still cool to this day because I was here in New Orleans.
Right.
And once again, faith, because my mom, she came here to be closer to her family
Right.
because she was looking for her child. You know, she was going through a lot.
Right.
And he had brought me down here to traffic me down here, and I ended up being able to run away and go to the Covenant House. And I met this lady named Miss Sherry who helped me get like everything right to be able to get away from him and, you know, get him charged with something for what he did. But
Did he get charged and caught and all like that?
he got caught. He didn't get charged for what he did to me or many of the other girls. He got charged for killing a 9-year-old in Tennessee.
He killed a 9-year-old
A 9-year-old girl.
that he was trying to traffic or whatever?
Yeah.
Why did he kill her?
Because she tried to run away on the highway.
Whoa. I almost pulled off and something told me, look over. And I looked over and I saw when you was walking down here, but I was just thinking like, well, she just kind of looks regular. It's probably not whatever. I was thinking maybe you're just walking to the house or something. And then I looked over and I saw you over here and I was like, okay, just.
You know, I hustle around here a lot. My name is Kim. My Instagram is I Get Money. But
Because
I'm not even doing this interview necessarily for the money, though. People always tell me I should share my story. I have been through so much, and I'm only 21 years old, and
you have been through
I
a
still
lot.
stand strong. You know, I don't do no hard drugs. I don't smoke crack. I don't shoot dope. I don't have those issues. My teeth feel raggedy, but I got them all in my mouth.
Listen, let me tell you something.
But,
What did I say before we started this interview? You asked that, my face gonna be on it, and what did I say?
Yeah.
Because why?
It's beautiful.
Yes, okay. So
But
okay, this is wild. This is wild. That was your life for 3 years. You wasn't in school or nothing. So,
and oh my gosh, by the grace of God, being intelligent, I was homeschooled as a child. It was so easy for me to get back in school, and that's not the same story for a lot of other girls.
Yeah,
like, I got a
once they
32
lose-
on my ACT.
oh wow, yeah, you're a smart girl for real. Okay, so, okay, because how easy was it to transition back into life? Not just school, but just life, period. Like,
it was hard. I've been a hustler ever since.
okay, so ever
I've
since you've been like on the streets hustling, doing this, doing that,
I've
whatever.
never been able to get back to regular life. Like, I never really been able to get back, because I don't come from like the hood. I don't come from the ghetto. I come from West Philly, but I don't come from the ghetto. Like,
listen, you don't sound like it. You don't.
Yeah, I had
come
like
off
a
like
middle class family. It wasn't that. It was just like when you get used to making fast money and having the things that you want, and then I was put on drugs, like not hard drugs, but pills, weed, stuff like that. So coming out of that transition and just being completely sober, you can't really buy what you want. You know, I got used to wearing fake hair. I got used to wearing nails. So I wanted stuff like that, and my mom wasn't willing to pay for it for me. So I started hustling.
I'm asking a tough question. Was there any part of those 3 years that you like kind of enjoyed or look back and are like, you know, like the hair, the nails, that type of stuff?
I just got used to being done up. Like, I
Okay.
didn't necessarily enjoy it because every situation felt abusive. Like, if I say I want pink and he wanted orange nails, that was like a black eye. So it was like, it wasn't really enjoyable, but it was like you get used to certain things. You get used to, like, you know, when you go to school and you see, okay, so it is normal for girls to have their nails and their hair done. And I'm used to that, but y'all telling me it's too grown because of what I went through. But
Right.
take away what I went through, it's not
That's
that.
still the same age as the girls are doing it.
Right,
Like my girls
so-
have their nails and stuff done right now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So it was stuff that I wanted, so I continued to hustle. Like, my mom, she provided my basic needs, but
You needed to have a little more.
so I started selling edibles when I was in high school. I always been the candy girl.
Did you like graduate high school or whatever?
No, I didn't graduate, but I'm working on it now. I just finished the Cafe Reconcile program, and right now I'm in Yep trying to get my GED. So
Okay.
as the days go by, I'm definitely working towards myself because I want to get into nursing myself, or either truck driving, one of the two. I know they're two very different paths.
Hey,
but-
listen, man. Whatever you do, you know. I think nursing would be amazing for you just because you probably have just a whole lot of empathy for people. You
I
know what I'm
try to
saying?
do.
As someone that went through the stuff that you went through, you know.
But see, a lot of people go through things. Not everybody is empathetic. I had to learn how to be empathetic. I was angry. I was angry with the world. I was angry with men. I was so angry with men. I hit every boyfriend that I had. I wanted to fight with every boyfriend I had. Like, my old man who just recently passed away taught me how to deal with people.
How to like be a little more of a lover or whatnot like that.
I'm doing this YouTube interview. I'm doing a YouTube interview.
Is that like your P or whatever?
No, that's one of my friends.
Okay. Is it
No,
like
I
a
don't want
customer?
nobody to pimp me.
Okay, so you're right. That's what I was just making sure.
No, that's not a customer. I'm very known around here. A lot of
Okay,
people
okay,
fuck with me
okay.
around here. I told you I'd sell drugs.
I get it. How do you think that situation affected like your sex life or whatever? Like your ability to connect, like I say, with men or whatever?
I have a very hard time connecting with men through sex.
So you don't enjoy sex at all?
No, I'm not gonna say that. I don't enjoy men. Like,
Okay.
I'm not gay. I can't touch a woman for the life of me.
Okay.
But
So you're
it's
still
like-
strictly dickly, but
right, like, if I get some dick, don't get mad if I don't talk to you ever again. Like,
so you can make love to a guy. You can
And
have
never
passionate,
talk to you again.
fire ass sex,
And-
and then just be like,
I don't never want to see you again. I don't ever want to text you again. I'm not in my feelings. I'm not
I get
gonna
it.
cry.
I get it. So you got that masculine energy and that wall up because of the things that happen.
Yeah, I think it's not even masculine energy. It's just necessarily more anger. Like, And men can be so common. Like, some of the same things I've heard out of my trafficker's mouth, I've heard out of some of these
regular
perverted
guys.
ass niggas' mouths.
Like
so,
what? Give me an example.
oh, she young, but she could get it if she wanted. Or, oh, she young, but she probably already fucking. Like, what?
Yeah,
Sir,
that's
like,
wild.
that's exactly. Like, I was arguing with somebody about the movie Belly. Like, how it started out when Keisha called that girl, and that girl was like, she 15, and Tommy had been teaching her how to suck dick since she was 11 years old.
Right.
And, like, it hit me so hard watching that because I was 11 when I got trafficked.
Wow.
So it was like thinking about it, like, I know men in the hood, like right now, who will f with a young girl because she's promiscuous, but you don't even know that this young girl is at home getting molested. That's why she's promiscuous enough to f with you. And you taking even more advantage of her by allowing her to f with you because you like it. You enjoying it, but she don't even know how she's ruining her worth.
I tell you what, man. I tell you what, you have a hell of a story. You have a hell of a story, and so, okay. So at this point, we're 21. I guess, what are we actually doing, the actual actions to like move towards nursing or trucking or anything like that?
Well, right now I'm in a GED program. Like, we go twice a week to school, study for your GED, get ready to take it. Because I'm not I think I gotta be over 26 to just go take my GED. So I have to do the classes in order to take it.
In order to
gotta
take
do
it,
the
yeah, I
classes
get
for
it,
like
I get
60 days.
Okay.
But right now, that's what I'm doing. I just finished Cafe Reconcile. My graduation is June 18th. So.
Cafe Reconcile? What's that?
It's a workforce training program for people who want to learn how to cook, get into the culinary field.
Okay. All right, listen, June 18th, you said? Man, congratulations.
Thank you
That's
so
awesome. That's awesome. All right, so you're moving forward, so things are great as far as that goes, in my opinion, right? I mean, you're out here still hustling or whatever, but how long do you think you want to continue to live like this life that you're living?
Honestly, I'm gonna hustle until I finish school and get myself in a position to, like, I'm gonna work too, because I work now. I have a job now. But at the same time,
yeah, you gotta hustle. It's tough out here. I'm already knowing.
You know, rent is high, everything is high, food is high.
Do you want to be a wife one day?
Yeah.
Do you want to have kids?
No. I have one, and I love her.
Okay.
And she is all I need.
Okay, so no more kids, but you do want to be married one day? How do you think your past, do you think that's going to have like any effect on that at all? Or you'll find somebody like your old man that just passed that maybe will be super, like make you feel safe basically?
If that's what God wants for me, and if that's within his plan, then he'll send me somebody who understands my story and can connect with me. Because if you can't, it's just not meant to be, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Like, when two people come together, I believe this for everybody. Like, even people who be married, I believe that somebody can be married to the wrong person for 10 years because
it could be longer than that.
y'all have, right, like y'all have, you know, people create a perception of who they really, like who they want to be. They don't tell you who they really are. So when you meet somebody who's willing to tell you who they really are, and you tell them who you really are, and you love them,
it's a genuine, organic connection.
Right. Organic,
love it,
exactly. I love that word, organic. It's an organic relationship, and it's nothing but genuine love. So.
Okay, well listen, I love that. I appreciate that. Okay, what they got going on? Trying to back up. All right, well listen, miss, we really, by the way, can you stand up just so the audience can see like what you look like, everything else? So yeah, you're a beautiful girl. Can you hit like a little, quick little, right, beautiful girl. Listen, miss, we really appreciate you. If anybody out there wanted to reach out, help, or donate, do you have a way for them to do that? Do you have social media, Cash App, anything like that?
I have a social media.
So I think you shouted out your Instagram earlier. Say it again.
It's I Get Money, 3 I's and 2 Y's at the end with a period and underscore.
Okay, and then what about Cash App?
I don't have a Cash App right now. I'm not.
You better have a Cash App. I think a lot of people gonna end up watching this. I tell you what, I'm gonna give you my number, and if you get it up before I post this, which I'm here out of town, so I'm from Atlanta. I'm here for a wedding. So I don't think I'm gonna edit this right away. So you may have up to like 24 hours, but I don't know, because if it start raining, I might just get the edit in while I'm in the hotel, and so you might just have like an hour or two. Bottom line is, go ahead and do it now and create a Cash App, and then just text it to me, okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, listen, miss, we appreciate you, and we definitely wish you nothing but the best, all right?
Thank you.
Make sure you have a good one, sweetie.
You too.
All right.